Welcome back, dear traveler. I'm Heather, an energy healer and channel from Divine Ascension Company. Tonight, we venture into territory that might stir something ancient in your heart, the realm of dragons. Not the dragons of fearful stories, not monsters to be slain or treasures to be stolen. These are the original dragons, beings of immense wisdom and power who guard the treasures of the soul, who remember when humans and dragons worked together, who have been waiting for millennia for humans brave enough to seek them out, brave enough to face not the dragon, but themselves. What makes these journeys unique is that I go into channel and I let the beings we meet tell their own stories through me. Tonight, you'll hear the Dragon Queen herself, speaking truths that your soul already knows but your mind has forgotten. The dragons want you to know something. You came here rich in gifts, rich in purpose, rich in treasures the world desperately needs. But somewhere along the way, you built walls around those treasures. You hid them. You convinced yourself they weren't valuable. You told yourself you were ordinary when you were anything but. Tonight, the dragons are going to show you your treasury. They're going to open the doors you sealed shut. They're going to remind you of the wealth that you carry. Let your body settle deeply now. Feel your breath becoming slow and rhythmic, like the breath of sleeping mountains, like the breath of ancient beings who have all the time in the world. Feel yourself becoming still, becoming quiet, becoming ready to remember the treasure you've been guarding all along. And when you're ready, we'll fly. The small red door seems larger tonight. Or perhaps you seem smaller. It's hard to tell. Something about proportion feels different, as if you're seeing the door from a dragon's perspective. Vast, important, worthy of attention and ceremony. The wings carved above look more dragon-like than ever, scaled and powerful, curved and muscled like they actually might beat, might lift something enormous into the sky. The wood of the door feels warm when you approach it, not just warm from the sun, but warm from within, as if there's fire on the other side. Not the fire that burns, but the fire that transforms, the fire that reveals what's already there. You reach for the handle and it's hot, not painfully, but noticeably, like metal that has been lying in the summer sun, like touching the side of a dragon that has just woken from dreaming of flight. You step through into the winged tavern. Something is different tonight, something in the air. The usual warmth is there, but amplified. The usual sounds and smells are present, but underneath it all, there's a sense of anticipation, of held breath, of something magnificent about to happen. The very air feels charged, electric, and alive with possibility. The temperature is warmer than usual, not uncomfortably so, but noticeably. You feel it on your skin, in your lungs. Every breath carries heat, carries energy, carries the scent of ancient fire and burnished gold. The witch is not behind the bar tonight. You scan the tavern and find her by the largest fireplace, the one you've never paid much attention to before. But tonight, you cannot help but notice it. It dominates the entire back wall of the tavern, tall enough to walk into, deep enough to hold a bonfire, wide enough that you could stretch your arms out and not touch both sides. The flames within burn higher than usual, and they're not the orange of normal fire. They're gold, pure, burnished gold, shot through with ribbons of purple and deep blue, colors that shouldn't exist in flame, but do. The fire moves in ways that fire shouldn't move, with purpose, with intention, with something that looks almost like thought. The witch stands before these flames, and the firelight makes her look different, wilder, more ancient, more like the witch she truly is beneath a friendly tavern keeper exterior. Her shadow on the wall behind her is enormous, flickering with the flames, and for a moment it looks less like a human shadow and more like wings, great wings, dragon's wings. She turns as you approach, and her eyes reflect the golden fire, making her look less human than usual, more connected to something primal and powerful. "They're expecting you," she says, and her voice carries harmonics you haven't heard before, deeper notes, older tones, notes that vibrate in your chest like a dragon's purr. The old ones, the fire keepers, the ones who guard what you've hidden even from yourself. She gestures toward the fireplace. "Walk through. The flames won't burn you, not tonight. Tonight, they're a doorway. Tonight, they're wings that will carry you higher than you've ever dared to go." You hesitate, because the fire looks very real, very hot, and very capable of burning. But the witch smiles, and in that smile is ancient knowing, absolute certainty. "Trust," she says simply. "The dragons have been waiting for you for longer than you can imagine. They won't let you fall." So you step toward the fireplace. The heat intensifies as you approach, but it doesn't hurt. It feels right, like coming home, like returning to something you've always been but temporarily forgot. You step into the flames, and the world transforms. You're not burning, you're flying. The flames weren't fire at all, they were wings. Golden wings that catch you, lift you, carry you upward through layers of reality, through veils between worlds, through doorways that only open for those brave enough to walk through fire without fear. The air rushes past you. You can feel wind in your hair and on your skin. Below you, the world drops away. Forests and mountains and oceans becoming small, becoming abstract, becoming a tapestry of color and shape viewed from heights that should terrify you but don't, because you're not falling, you're soaring. And something ancient in your soul remembers this, recognizes this, and knows exactly what this is. Ahead of you, the sky opens, not metaphorically, but literally. The blue dome of atmosphere peels back like a curtain, revealing what lies beyond. And what lies beyond is mountain. A single mountain so vast it makes Everest look like a foothill. So tall, its peak disappears into clouds that crackle with golden lightning. So ancient, it seems to be holding up the sky itself. And carved into that mountain, not built onto it, but carved from it, as if the entire mountain is one massive sculpture, is a fortress. No, not a fortress. A palace, a cathedral, a treasury beyond imagining. The golden wings carry you back toward an opening in the mountain face, an archway so large that clouds drift through it, an entrance designed for beings much, much larger than human. And as you approach, you see them. The dragons. They're everywhere, perched on ledges, coiled on outcroppings, flying in wide circles around the mountain's peak. Some are small, barely larger than horses. Others are so massive you can barely comprehend their scale, mountain-sized themselves, ancient beyond measure, eyes holding wisdom that predates humanity by eons. They are not the dragons of medieval paintings. There is no malice here, no hoarding greed, no mindless destruction. Instead, there's intelligence, curiosity, power so immense it doesn't need to prove itself, wisdom so deep it manifests as patience that can wait centuries for the right moment to act. And they're all watching you, not with hostility, but with interest, with recognition, as if they've been waiting, as if they know you, as if somehow you belong here. The golden wings carry you through the archway and deposit you gently on a wide platform carved from the mountain stone itself. The floor beneath your feet is warm and smooth, shot through with veins of actual gold that pulse with soft light. The ceiling arcs high overhead, supported by columns that look like they were carved by wind and time rather than tools. And at the far end of this vast chamber, on a dais that rises in concentric circles like the rings of a tree, sits the largest dragon you've ever seen. She's made of gold, not gold scales over flesh, but actual living gold, metal made animate, treasure made conscious. Her scales shift and flow like liquid when she moves. Her eyes are sapphires the size of dinner plates, blue and deep, and holding entire universes of knowing. Her wings, folded against her sides, look large enough to eclipse the sun. This is the queen, the mother, the first, the one who guards the treasury of all souls, who remembers what each being brought with them when they came, who holds safe the gifts we've hidden from ourselves. "Welcome, small one," she says, and her voice is not sound but vibration that moves through your entire body, through your bones, through your heart. It's warm, so warm, like being wrapped in sunlight and safety and the absolute certainty that you are exactly where you're meant to be. "You have come far," she continues, and though she hasn't moved, you feel closer to her somehow, as if distance has become optional in her presence. Across lifetimes, across dimensions, across the vast forgetting that happens when consciousness takes physical form, you have come far, and you have forgotten much. She shifts slightly, and the golden scales catch light that seems to come from everywhere and nowhere, making her entire form shimmer like a mirage made solid. "But we remember," she says, "we dragons, we keepers, We have guarded your treasury since before you took your first human breath. We have kept safe what you were too afraid to carry, and we have held what you thought the world would reject. Another dragon appears beside the queen, this one smaller, made of copper with eyes like amber. Shall we show them? This dragon asks, voice carrying notes of excitement, of eagerness, of something that sounds almost like joy. Yes, the queen says. Show them what they came here rich with. Show them what they've been hiding. Show them the truth of their own treasure. The copper dragon moves to the side of the chamber, where you now notice a massive doorway sealed with what looks like molten gold that has frozen in flowing patterns. The dragon touches the seal with one claw, and it melts away instantly, revealing a passage that glows with warm golden light. Come, the copper dragon invites. Your treasury awaits. You follow through the passage, and it opens into a chamber that makes your breath catch. The walls are lined with shelves, alcoves, pedestals, and on each one sits something precious. Not gold, not jewels, not material treasure, but something else. Something that glows with its own inner light. Something that vibrates with specific frequency. Something that is uniquely, unmistakably yours. These are your gifts. The queen's voice fills the chamber, though she hasn't moved from her dais. The treasures you brought with you when you came. The abilities, the wisdoms, the particular genius that is yours alone. Look. You move closer to the nearest pedestal, and on it sits something. You can't quite see what it is, but you can feel it. It's made of light and possibility, and something that feels exactly like your own soul recognizing itself. As you focus on it, information floods your awareness. This is your gift for seeing truth, for looking at situations and immediately understanding what's really happening beneath the surface, for cutting through deception, including self-deception, with laser clarity. You've kept this hidden because people don't always want truth, because seeing clearly made you unpopular, because this gift made others uncomfortable. So you learned to pretend you didn't see, didn't know, and didn't understand. But the gift never left. It just went into the treasury, and it's been here, safe, waiting for the day you were ready to claim it again. You move to the next pedestal. This gift is different. It vibrates at a different frequency and glows with different colors. And as you attune to it, you understand. This is your gift for healing. Not just physical healing, but soul healing. The ability to see where someone's energy is blocked, where their light has dimmed, where they're holding pain they don't know how to release. And more, the ability to help them release it, to facilitate their healing, to hold space while they transform. You hid this one because it was too big, too powerful, too much responsibility. Because if people knew you could do this, they would want you to fix them, save them, carry their pain for them. So you buried it deep and pretended you didn't have this power. But you do. You always have. And it's been here, protected, held safe by dragons who understand the weight of great power. Pedestal after pedestal, gift after gift, each one uniquely yours, each one hidden for different reasons. Your gift for creating beauty, hidden because someone once told you art was frivolous, that making beauty wasn't real work, that what you created didn't matter. Your gift for deep thinking, hidden because being smart made people call you a know-it-all, made them feel small, and made you a target. Your gift for wild joy, hidden because adults aren't supposed to be that alive, that free, that uninhibited. Your gift for fierce protection, hidden because standing up for others got you labeled aggressive, difficult, or just too much. Your gift for seeing magic, hidden because people said magic wasn't real, that you were making things up, that you needed to grow up and see the world rationally. On and on, treasure after treasure, gift after gift, all of them real, all of them powerful, all of them buried, hidden, and locked away because at some point, maybe in this lifetime, maybe in others, you learned that these gifts were dangerous, unwanted, too much or not enough, weird, threatening, or unacceptable. So you built walls, you sealed doors, you convinced yourself you didn't have these treasures. You told yourself you were ordinary, limited, and small. But you weren't. You aren't. And the dragons have been holding the truth for you all along. The Queen's presence fills the Treasury chamber, though her physical body remains on the dais. Do you see? Her voice asks gently. Do you understand? You came here rich, rich beyond measure, rich in ways the world desperately needs but doesn't always know how to value. A third dragon appears, this one made of silver with eyes like opals. The world taught you to hide, they say, voiced soft and sad. Taught you that your gifts were problems. Taught you that your treasure was dangerous. Taught you that being ordinary was safer than being magnificent. But it's not safer, the Queen's voice rumbles through the stone. It's just smaller. It's just dimmer. It's just less than what you came here to be. The copper dragon circles you slowly, examining you with those warm amber eyes. The question now, they say, is whether you're ready to take your treasure back, whether you're willing to unlock the vaults, whether you're brave enough to carry your wealth openly. Because here's the truth, the Queen says. Her voice drops into a register so deep, you feel it in your bones, in your soul, in every cell of your being. The world told you to hide your treasure to keep you small, to keep you manageable, to keep you from threatening the systems that profit from your diminishment. But your gifts weren't given to you to be hidden. They were given to you to be used, to be shared, to be offered to a world that is starving for exactly what you came here to bring. The silver dragon speaks again. Every gift you've locked away, someone out there is praying for. Every treasure you've hidden, someone desperately needs. Every time you play small, you're not just limiting yourself, you're withholding from the world what only you can give. So tonight, the Queen says, we're giving you a choice. You can leave your treasury here, and we'll keep guarding it. We'll keep it safe. You can return to your life unchanged, still pretending that you're ordinary, still playing small. Or, and her voice intensifies, becomes more powerful, more insistent. You can take it back. Not all at once, we're not cruel, but piece by piece, gift by gift, treasure by treasure. You can begin the process of reclaiming what's yours, of remembering your wealth, of stepping into the magnitude of what you actually are. The chamber falls silent. Even the eternal wind that blows through the mountain seems to pause, waiting for your answer. And in that silence, you feel something shift inside you, something deep and fundamental and true, a decision that's been building for lifetimes, a choice that's been waiting for this exact moment. You didn't come all this way to leave empty-handed. You didn't walk through the fire to turn back now. You didn't follow golden wings to this treasure chamber to pretend you don't need what's here. You reach for the first pedestal, the gift for seeing truth. As your hand closes around it, the light intensifies, then flows into your palm, into your arm, into your heart, and you feel it settling back into place, clicking home, remembering where it belongs. This gift is yours. This gift is you. And from this moment forward, you're not hiding it anymore. You move to the next pedestal, the gift for healing. You claim it. Feel it return to its rightful place in your being. Feel your capacity expanding, your power increasing, your true magnitude beginning to assert itself. One by one, you reclaim your gifts. Not all of them. The Queen was right. That would be too much, too fast. But enough. Enough to remember. Enough to begin. Enough to start the process of returning to your full treasury, your true wealth, and your actual power. Each gift you claim makes the next one easier to take. Each treasure you reclaim makes the walls around your magnificence a little weaker. Each piece of power you step back into makes playing small a little more impossible. The dragons watch with what looks unmistakably like pride, like satisfaction, like the joy of seeing someone finally remember who they are. When you've claimed as much as you can hold for now, the Queen speaks again. The rest will wait, she promises. The doors are open now. The seals are broken. You can return whenever you're ready for more. The treasury is yours. It always has been. We were just keeping it safe until you remembered that it existed. The copper dragon nods enthusiastically. Come back, they urge. Come back as often as you need. We'll be here. Your treasure will be here. And there is so much more. But for now, the Queen says, her voice becoming softer, more soothing, preparing you for transition. For now, rest. Let what you've reclaimed settle into your being. Let your expanded capacity integrate. Let your remembered wealth become as natural as breathing. The chamber begins to glow brighter, golden light filling every corner, every shadow. The dragon's scales catch that light and multiply it, creating a radiance that's warm and safe and absolutely perfect for sleeping. Know this, the queen's voice whispers as the light intensifies. The world needs your gifts. The world needs your treasure. The world needs you to be as rich, as powerful, and as magnificent as you actually are. You are not ordinary. You never were. And now, you remember. The light becomes so bright it's almost blinding, but not harsh, gentle, welcoming, carrying you back, bringing you home. You feel yourself being lifted again on golden wings. Feel the mountain falling away beneath you. Feel yourself descending through layers of reality, through veils between worlds, back to where you started. But you're not the same. You're carrying treasure now. Real treasure. Your treasure. The gifts have come home. The treasury is open. And you are finally beginning to remember what you're actually worth. The golden wings deposit you gently back in the winged tavern. The fire in the massive fireplace burns steadily and warmly. The witch is behind the bar now, and when you meet her eyes, she nods once, a gesture of acknowledgement, of recognition, of respect. She knows what you just did. She knows what you just reclaimed. She knows you're not the same person who walked through her door tonight. Rest now, she says softly. Let it integrate. Let it settle. Let it become as much a part of you as your heartbeat, your breath, and your blood. You find yourself in a comfortable chair by the fire. You don't remember sitting down, but here you are, warm and safe and beginning to feel sleepy. The fire crackles gently. The tavern hums with its usual pleasant sounds. But underneath it all, you can hear something else now. A rumble, deep and powerful and reassuring. It's dragon song. They're still here, still watching, still guarding what remains in your treasury, still waiting for you to come back and claim more. Because there's so much more, so much treasure, so many gifts, so much power and beauty and capacity that you haven't even begun to remember yet. But tonight was a beginning. Tonight was the first step. Tonight was the moment you walked through the fire and came out the other side carrying treasure that is rightfully, undeniably, eternally yours. Sleep now. Let the dragons guard your dreams. Let the treasury remain open in your heart. Let the knowing of your gifts become as natural as breathing, as undeniable as gravity, and as constant as the stars. You are rich beyond measure. You always have been, and now you remember. And that changes everything. Until next time, at the Winged Tavern. Sweet dreams.